Welcome to the Book Nook podcast.
Great to be here.
If you're thinking about grabbing a copy of the book we're discussing today, just check the description below. There's a link right there for you.
Good idea. It's a keeper.
So today we are diving deep into a real favorite, aren't we? Monkey Puzzle.
Oh, definitely. By Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. You know, the dream team.
The very same creators of the Gruffalo, so you kind of know you're in good hands.
Exactly. And Monkey Puzzle has this really simple, lovely premise.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Well, it's about a little monkey who, he can't find his mom. He's lost in the jungle.
Oh no, that immediate sort of childhood fear.
Right. And this butterfly, who's trying to be helpful, decides to help him search.
Okay, sounds promising.
Well, yes, but the butterfly keeps getting it wrong. Based on the little monkey's descriptions, it takes him to all sorts of different animals.
The puzzle aspect, leading to some funny moments, I bet.
Absolutely. Lots of misidentifications, an elephant, a snake, a spider, until, thankfully, they bump into Dad Monkey.
Phew. And Dad knows the way.
Dad knows exactly where Mom is. And there's a lovely reunion at the end.
It sounds incredibly sweet, and you hear so much about how much kids and parents love this one.
And they really do.
Yeah.
And it's not just because it's from Donaldson and Scheffler, though that reputation helps, of course.
So what is it about this story?
I think part of it is just how cleverly Donaldson structures it. It's simple, yes, but in a really smart way.
Right. Easy for young kids to follow along.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Scheffler's illustrations, well, they're just fantastic. So much warmth and expression in that little monkey's face. You really feel his journey.
Okay, so let's talk about that engagement factor. I've seen reviews mentioning how interactive it becomes.
Oh, definitely. That's a huge part of its appeal.
Yeah.
You have this pattern, right? The butterfly suggests an animal.
Based on some clue the monkey gave.
And the little monkey emphatically shouts, no, no, no.
And kids love joining in on that bit.
Totally. You hear about 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds already anticipating it and shouting along. It makes reading time active, not passive.
Yeah, they're part of the story then.
Precisely. And that repetition isn't just fun. It's great for early language development, too. Reinforces sounds, sentence structure.
Mm-hmm. In a really natural way. And it's
Yeah.
not just the words being repeated, is it? You're meeting all these animals.
That's the other brilliant layer. It's a fantastic introduction to jungle animals.
How so?
Well, Donaldson uses these lovely, simple rhyming descriptions for each animal the butterfly finds. You know, the elephant's great gray trunks, the snake slithering.
So it makes learning the animals and their features quite memorable.
Exactly. It becomes a bit of a game. Plus, the rhythm and rhyme are just, inherently appealing to young ears.
Mm-hmm.
Helps it stick.
Absolutely. But beyond the fun structure and the animal learning, there's like a real emotional heart to it, isn't there?
There really is. I mean, the core theme is that feeling of being lost, that little bit of anxiety.
Which every child and parent can relate to on some level.
For sure. And then the huge relief and comfort of finding Mom, finding that security again, that final cuddle. It's just so warm and reassuring.
It grounds the whole adventure, doesn't it? Gives it substance.
It does. It taps into something quite fundamental.
And it seems to work well in group settings, too. We saw a review from someone working in a nursery.
Yeah, that was interesting. They used it with 3 to 5-year-olds, and apparently the kids were completely hooked.
Attentive and enjoying it.
And they mentioned an educational twist, too, which likely refers back to what we were saying, the animals, the descriptions, maybe even talking about habitats or sounds afterwards.
So it's versatile. Works one-on-one and for groups.
Seems so. And what's amazing is how young it can skew. Parents of 1-year-olds reported being a massive favorite.
Wow, a 1-year-old's favorite. That's saying something.
It really is. Often requested every night, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
It suggests that the simplicity, the clear narrative, the engaging pictures, it all just works perfectly for that really young audience.
And the length is probably ideal, too. I think one review mentioned it's about a 5-minute read.
Yeah, perfect for a quick bedtime story. Engaging enough to hold their attention, but not so long they get fidgety, hits that sweet spot.
It sounds like the physical book itself is quite nice, too. Something about a redesigned cover and a good finish.
Yes, the edition mentioned does sound lovely. And that matters, doesn't it? The tactile feel, the visual appeal of the cover.
Makes it feel special, a nice gift.
Definitely contributes to the overall experience. Makes it feel like a quality item, a must-have addition to bookshelves, as one review put it.
Which probably leads into why we see it pop up on so many recommended reading lists.
Exactly. It's frequently listed for EYFS, Key Stage 1.
So early years, foundation stage, and slightly older.
Right. And on themed lists, too, like Down in the Jungle or All About Animals.
Mhm.
It's clearly recognized by educators and librarians for its value.
It really seems to tick all the boxes for a great young children's book. This feels like a good moment to just say, if you're enjoying this chat about children's books, please do consider subscribing to the Book Nook podcast. We do these deep dives regularly.
Mhm. And leaving a review is always appreciated. It really helps other book lovers find the show.
Absolutely. Okay, so back to Monkey Puzzle and its magic.
So yeah, pulling it all together, its success really seems to come down to this clever blend of elements.
All right, the relatable lost child theme,
Layered with that fantastic interactive repetition.
rough, fun, rhyming introductions to animals.
And that really comforting emotional resolution, all wrapped up in Scheffler's wonderful visuals.
It does sound like a perfect formula, doesn't it? Something that works for the child listening and the adult reading.
I think Donaldson and Scheffler just get young children. They understand what engages them, what comforts them.
That predictability you mentioned, the no, 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 it gives kids a sense of power almost.
It does. A sense of mastery over the story. And then the happy ending provides that crucial emotional safe totally. And, it really showcases that amazing synergy between author and illustrator. The text and pictures work so perfectly hand in hand.
Yeah, you can't really imagine one without the other.
Not with this book, no.
Yeah.
It's a true partnership.
Well, this has been fantastic. It's really clear why Monkey Puzzle isn't just popular, but actually quite beloved.
It really is. A testament to great storytelling for the youngest readers.
It definitely shows how powerful, simple, repetitive, heartfelt stories can be for grabbing a child's imagination and, building those early literacy foundations.
A great point. It reminds us what really matters in a children's book: connection, engagement, and a bit of heart.
So perhaps a final thought for our listeners. As you think about books for young children, maybe consider that power of simplicity and repetition that Monkey Puzzle demonstrates so well. It's often the key ingredient.
Well said. Sometimes the simplest tunes are the most memorable.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into Monkey Puzzle today.
My pleasure. Always fun to talk about a classic.
We hope you enjoyed it too. And one last reminder, do subscribe to the Book Nook podcast if you haven't already, and maybe leave us a review.
And don't forget that link in the description if you want to add Monkey Puzzle to your own collection.
Thanks for listening to the Book Nook podcast.